What I want to talk about today is not leaning on your own understanding and trusting in God. And again, I want to really highlight why this is so absolutely important and why we need to surrender. So, what is surrender exactly? What does that mean when we surrender it all to the universe and we essentially let go? First of all, it is this lessening of the tension and anxiety that we hold within ourselves. And it's a dissolution of the expectations that we have about timelines, about who we are, what we're supposed to be, what the world is supposed to look like, and how everything is supposed to show up for us. Because when we're in this anticipation, but in a negative way, when we are expectant of things with this element of frustration, we are completely blocking all of the good things that are happening in the moment right now. And when we are in this energy of essentially impatience, because that's what it is. When we are not in our surrendered state, we are impatient. We're getting frustrated because we don't see the out manifestation of everything that essentially we feel like we deserve. And I'm not saying that each individual doesn't deserve a super amazing, dynamic, fantastic life. Absolutely, having a belief that everything that you have ever wanted is right there for you, whether it is, making its way to you, it's basically synthesizing itself within the quantum reality to essentially be magnetized towards you, and you will see it out manifest. But you have to have an element of trust, faith, and patience. And again, this is why faith is so incredibly important, because here's the thing: God always knows best. And when I say God, I mean the energy of spirit, that which is that non-physical, beautiful power of creation that is in everything and that essentially seeds all life. And it is within you as well. So, to envision yourself as separate from this energy is completely distorted. And I think this is the thing, is that we see ourselves as this singular, isolated little being that is interacting with the external world, but really doesn't know its place and feels cut off from all of the abundance and beauty and joy. Okay, now there's lots of people that, again, have tapped into this energy of interconnectedness, and they're in the flow state and they're manifesting that dream reality for themselves. But again, generally those people won't need a video like this. They're on their path and moving into what they want to see and experience it, not even moving into it, simply experiencing the joy of living. But if you are not quite there yet, or you haven't quite seemed to put together the pieces of what you want to have materialize in your outer reality, it's part and parcel kind of this process where you have to understand that you don't know everything. I love the saying, hindsight is always 20/20. So when we are looking at the totality of our lives and all of the different things that we have learned, the paths we've taken, it's really easy to look backwards and look at some of the decisions that we've made and understand how we have ended up where we are right now. And some of those decisions are going to be really wonderful decisions, and some of those decisions are going to lead to some really big lessons. But what we have to understand with the lessons is that there is an immense amount of deep and profound growth with each and every lesson. And it is always a matter of the universe preparing us for what we have envisioned in terms of our own inner thought world, our imagination. Because again, it is our imagination that projects outward into the quantum field what we really want to see manifest. And this is why it's so important to listen to that internal dialogue, to really sit there and marinate in what are the thoughts that you are moving in and out of your beingness. What are you sitting there and percolating in? What do you find yourself envisioning or thinking about daily in these sort of patterns? We are utilizing to create what we're seeing that is in our outer reality. And so for myself, what I've done that has really changed almost every experience that I'm having currently is simply by taking away the expectations of what that particular experience, day, moment, event needs to look like, or interaction. Because when we rid ourselves of these expectations, we allow the universe to flow more easily, and we open ourselves up to the mystery of the beauty of life. And again, it's those little surprises, the adventure of life, that makes it so magical. And when we're always trying to essentially stuff our experience into this little tiny box that we've decided it needs to be, again, that's going to be coming from old programming. So we need to get out of that mindset that we have all the answers. The whole purpose of our lifetimes and our experience here is for every day to be new and magical and adventurous, okay? And of course, blissful and joyous, and with those elements of learning and growth. So to really get yourself into this mindset of the eternal learner, you have to release and surrender. So back to what I was saying in the beginning of this video, it is through the releasing and total surrender that we rid ourselves of frustration, irritation, anxiety, and all of the lower vibrational thought forms. And we start to move within our own energy center, bringing that energy up to the higher levels of consciousness, thought, and of course, our manifestation abilities. I tend to not love to use the term manifestation because it's very, very, overused in terms of like the new age spiritual movement. And I would not consider myself necessarily a new age type person, or specifically that I'm like spiritualist or anything like that. I'm simply charting my own course. And that's really, I think, fundamentally what anybody's spiritual journey is about. It is a communion with you and creation. And it's your unique interpretation of what that divine essence means for you, to move through you, and that emanation that you are bringing to the external world. And through your interaction with the world and through your interaction with others, that energy of unconditional love and light is expanding in every moment. So if you ever find yourself feeling like you're not on time or things haven't materialized exactly how you've wanted them to, just remember that magical things are being created behind the scenes for you if you believe in them. If you can just have faith and realize that sometimes what you have asked for takes time. It's not something that you can instantaneously manifest, and you wouldn't want to. The beauty in any lifetime is the unfolding, the perfect unfolding of the story itself. It's not about having everything in this immediate moment. It's about the slow distillation of this energy of living. And there does need to be that element of wondering, that element of seeking, that element of desiring, and all of the little emotions in between that make the journey, really phenomenal and really dynamic. So, have reverence for the entire process and slow down a little bit. Start to appreciate the little things, the little moments, and remember to appreciate each and every connection that shows up in your life. Because again, when we tend to try to, like I said earlier, stuff certain things into our little parameters, we fail to see the beauty in what is being created right before our eyes. So if I can give you any advice for today, it is simply slow down, appreciate things, stop and smell the roses. I know my grandma always used to love to say that, but really it is so true. Just taking time to be in the moment, to appreciate the fact that life is a gift and we're all on a journey. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up, but have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video.